Hey guys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of the Incredibles video game for the PlayStation 2. Last time we made our way through Namana's Island, and we finally got to come face to face with Omnidroid Mark 8. So it is finally time to battle the giant robot after we rather anticlimactically finished. You know what, it was a cliffhanger. Let's leave it at that. It was a cliffhanger. So it is finally time to face off against the first of 3 Omnidroids in both the game and the movie. And this is probably my favourite fight. I'm not really sure. The first 2 fights are near identical to each other. Why did that even need like an intro? Bonus item in a boss fight. Okay, so this is a simple method. Attack its legs. Do the thunk it. So you have 2 methods of attacking the Omnidroid. Unless he does this. This is where he's invincible. He's in his rolling form. Your other method of attacking him is to throw rocks at his head unless he jumps. Obviously his head does need to be exposed. He does have means of trying to push you back. That is going to be his most annoying one. Because he is... That attack is quick and it's really precise. He will occasionally raise his head, I should say, and when he does that, he fires a sort of laser. Both the laser and the fire it creates afterwards will hurt you. If you're going to attack its legs, I recommend just continually punching it, because I think that using your punch combos does decrease the health faster. Yeah, the rolling attack at the moment isn't... Yeah, and that's what he'll do. And the fire hurts you as well. As does that shockwave. Well, the shockwave itself I don't think hurts you. You just got to be close enough. He'll swipe away from you. He'll swipe you away like that. There we go. And you can't go right underneath the Omnidroid either. If you attempt to go underneath it, he'll simply do that. And try and push you away. Now the Omnidroid has 3 sets of health. You essentially have to do this 3 times. Once you take out about 1/3 of his health, he will then just start throwing rocks at you. And you then just need to throw the rocks back. He will jump around, so you have got to be quick. But you don't have to be... you got to wait for him to throw the rocks first, if you can. And so this is simply how it works. Yeah, every now and then I do throw the rocks, but nothing seems to happen. I don't know what the cause of that is. Damn it. And there are times where it is possible to throw the rocks while he's still over there. I think I might be thinking of Omnidroid Mark 9 though. If you ever need health, just keep breaking the rocks around you and that will eventually drop some health. But the amount you get is random. It's usually 10% there. Yeah, that's his most annoying attack. Now phase 2, he starts to lower his head. We saw this in the film. We can't just pull it off and go inside the Omnidroid. I am walking on lava. How did I do that? Alright, so in phase 2, he charges at you in his rock form twice. We're supposed to. But he adds a new... I say he. It adds a new ability with each phase. So in phase 2, it will start using the underhead. That's what I'm going to call it. It's underhead. Attack, and in phase 3 it gets what's probably its most difficult attack to avoid, and I really need to break some rocks. Ow. Come on, I want health, damn it. That'll do. Whoa. And the jump does hurt, obviously. It's probably one of my favourite bits of the whole movie, actually. Just like when the... Oh yeah, I forgot, he does this every now and... That's probably his rarest attack. He doesn't do that. It doesn't do that very often. I mean, it's a pretty cool fight, really. I do like this battle. The second one's pretty much the same, but the final boss is very different from this. I don't remember the Omnidroid being able to fire a laser out of its eye though. That's a new attack. And much like the ball attack, when you get to... It will now do 2 of these lasers instead of 1. So can you guess what happens when you get to phase 3? With really good timing, your Incredi Jump can go over this ball, but it's really hard to do. But no, we don't break our back during this fight though. Ah. You only have so long to reach its head. I don't know if it does any like extra damage. I think it will a bit. Like you throw a rock at its head or something. I mean, you'd think the head would do more damage than the legs. So just, I think that should get it. It's gonna jump away. Yes, it is. So it takes a while, but then again, you are fighting the Omnidroid. So we don't get to chuck it into the lava. If you get really good timing, it is possible to do it multiple times. But yeah, every now and then the rocks do like to break in the air. And I don't like it when that happens. Can you move slightly faster, Bob? Like that. What just caused that? It just broke in the air. And the rocks will destroy other rocks if they're nearby, but, you know, it just creates more rocks. Right, phase 3. Now, if you stay close to the Omnidroid, which you really wouldn't think of doing when you find out what the attack is. Ow. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck between the rocks. Caught between a rock and a hard place. A hard metal place. And now he'll charge at you 3 times. He'll fire 3 lasers instead of 2, instead of 1. Let's see if he'll do that. Okay, and this is its final attack. Surprisingly, it only does it if you're far away from it. I don't know why, but that's what it does. It'll only do that attack if you're far away from it. Ah. Surprisingly, it's still not that damaging. But I used to always be terrified of the attack. I thought I always just tried to stay away from it and throw rocks at it. Wait, it doesn't usually spam this attack, though. And it causes no markings on either itself or the ground. Okay, imagine if it did that in the movie. Yeah, one of my favourite parts of the movie was always just when it starts to throw rocks at Bob. Like, he throws a rock at it, it does nothing. And it misses. Then it misses. And then for some reason he doesn't duck out of the way. I don't know why he doesn't duck out of the way on the last one, but he doesn't. Oh! I demand health. You always gotta do this attack at the worst time, haven't you? Oh no. Oh dear. I've not got many rocks to get health out of. Ooh, that was close. Hazard a guess on what attack he's going to do next. Nope, he's going to do that one. Oh, he normally does that laser thing 3 times. I just really want health. I don't want that. Slam a rock on the ground, damn it. No, he's not going to. It's just because that's just destroying the rocks. Ah, he's still going. Come on. Rock. Rock. Not jump. There's a rock. Yeah, if you punch it right in the ass. Ow. I feel that. Alright. Let's cut back to when I defeat it. We've seen everything this boss has to handle, and that should have hurt it. Okay. And he hasn't been spamming the spinning attack quite as much. Oh, no, he really is going to. So for round 3, it doesn't jump over to the ledges around the arena. It always stays here. So now we just gotta keep punching it. Sadly, we never do get to go inside the damn thing. We didn't quite get to finish it by ripping its head off, though. We don't really rip it off, we punch it and it goes back inside. But there we go. And then it just randomly falls. 15 minutes. Wow, I cannot remember the last time it took me this long to complete volcanic eruption. I usually don't die. I can't remember the last time I died in that fight. Look at my damage received. The part of that's because I died. Because it does count both the deaths, obviously. But, wow. That was bad. But now it is time for Robot Arena. With a brand new suit. And a horrible new enemy that we can see spinning right here. My least favorite enemy in the game. Okay, we're in our new suits. We didn't get any sort of training montage this time around, and for the first time in a while, human enemies. When was the last time we had any of these? Yeah, okay, this isn't working out. I really wouldn't bother with your standard combo. Just do your running strong attack. But maybe take out the one with the gun first. Or you can punch him away like that. Yeah, let's get rid of the gun guys first. So these are going to be the most common enemies we'll be seeing now. The Nomanas Island henchmen, Syndrome's henchmen. Well, the ones with well, yeah, you know, the instruction manual just lists Nomanas Island henchmen. These guys are called laser gun henchmen. These guys don't have a name, and the Nomanas Island henchmen are the ones that carry bomb gloves. So I guess they all qualify. I could go in here. It does nothing, but... I sense another Omnidroid soon. I mean, what was that we heard bashing the ground? Anyway, hey, check this out. Now we can ride a Velocipod. Remember the turret from the Nomanas Island? It's pretty much the same thing, and you're constantly moving. You have the... You just gotta destroy the towers, but you have the henchmen on the ground. I think they're infinitely respawning though, so you can't just keep taking them out. Same with the flying ones, the Velocibots, as opposed to the Velocipod. I don't remember them in the film. I don't remember this many robots in the film, period. In fact, I don't think the film had any robots in it other than the Omnidroid. We have all these robots in the game. But I'm sure the only one in the film was the Omnidroid. That's what I recall anyway. I haven't watched the film for a while, admittedly, but still. And then it just ends. We were temporarily floating there. Let's just keep going, because we're constantly having the Velocibot shooting at us. These guys can be some of the most annoying enemies in the game, and they're considerably tougher. Oh, I don't want to do that. They're considerably tougher than the Lobber henchmen. Maybe not quite as much as the Arsonists, though. And their attack isn't as annoying. These ones aren't too bad though. It's the ones we get in a later level that become annoying, because later on we begin to get armored henchmen, and they really are annoying. Because obviously they take more hits. And their attacks are the same, but they take more hits. And you have two ways of opening this door. I accidentally destroyed the last one, because you can punch them. Didn't those things need cards in the film? I kind of called bullcrap on that one. It was on the other side of the wall. Yeah, if they're close to you, they will just try and hit you with their guns, which is going to be your worst nightmare in a later level. They can also shoot each other though. Hey, do it again. Come on, do it again. Okay, he's going to keep moving. He's learnt. go. Nope. Still going. Whoa, there we go. I don't know what causes that. Yeah, these explosions are harmless, so... Yeah, I don't know what causes that. It just every now and then you'll get a slow-mo attack. It happens to me at least once every playthrough, but I don't know what causes it. I think that one's always destroyed. But yeah, we just got to put in a code now that we apparently know.
Just what I need.
Rather than stealing any cards. It's always satisfying when you can take out a load of enemies at once. It's also often very satisfying to do this. Destroy everything. Especially these. That's what I spend most of my time in the next level doing. Yep. That's just the thing though. The enemies seem to have a rather random number of hits. You use the same punches, but sometimes they can go down in like 3 punches, other times they'll go down in 1, and this holds true for the armoured ones as well. They don't usually go down in 1 punch, but if it's a strong enough one, they sometimes do. But it's the inconsistency that annoys me. Now if you want to, you can go back to the start of the level. I don't know why you want to do that, because there is nothing of value there at all. It's just something you can do. I guess it's just to give an explanation on the lasers, but at the same time I could just attribute it to the computer. Although you think it will then deactivate if you hit the computer. I don't know, why don't they just make permanent lasers? Ones that don't need an in-game explanation. They're not infinitely respawning there. I want to know where they're coming from, but I don't believe they're infinite. Yeah. So they do stop after a while. Yeah, Robot Arena is actually a really short level. You don't go to many places. I don't believe there's anything in here. I mean, you got these guys. Yep, and then takes you back to the start as well. There's really nothing here. The main purpose of this level is to introduce you to what's probably the most frustrating enemy in the game, which we'll be getting to very shortly. Firstly, we have these guys. They're back. And you have this guy. Remember, we saw this thing in No Man is an Island. I don't think there's any way of destroying it though. You just gotta you just gotta outrun it. And now, my most hated enemy in the game. The tanks. So this guy has 4 attacks, and he'll always do it the same way. But technically he has 5 attacks. The first is a double laser gun, which you can either jump over or duck under. Then he has this, then he spins around with a flamethrower. Now, the fire always stops when it approaches some kind of wall, no matter how small the wall is. And that's going to be the main thing that's going to cause you to hit it. He has that laser attack as well. And then he fires bombs. And this is how you have to destroy the tank. And that's it. You got to do it 3 times. It's not so much that they're hard to deal with. It's just the fact that it takes a long time to kill them. And with each time round... Now, I think the second time around the flame is about the same speed, but then he will start to move. He will start to spin faster. Should any of the attacks be interrupted, it will start them again.
Why is it never easy?
So yeah, it's a simple process, but later on they will start to add 2 at a time. And if you get too close to them, it creates that sort of shockwave attack which you cannot avoid. And then it will start the attack again. I believe the laser gun fire, I think, is slightly shorter the 3rd time around, but the flamethrower is a lot faster. And then this is exactly the same.
Why did they even try?
So we're going to be seeing these guys in every one of Mr. Incredible's levels now. Bar the next one, because the next one's a boss fight, but we're going to be seeing a lot of them. Thankfully, Mr. Incredible only has about 3 levels left. So we're not going to be seeing too many of them, but for the last one, they will eventually add 2 at once. And that's it. Very simple. Just very annoying. Just because of how long it takes. But anyway, I sense, you know, we've only had 1 level since fighting the Omnidroid. I think it's time for round 2. So, I will see you guys then.